New Zealand, time for round 12 of the World Rally Championship.
Formless left, long, long, tight, should free, keep in. Slight left, slight left.
Did you know that it is time for the America's Cup Trials in New Zealand? It's also crunch time for the FIA World Rally Championship. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. Both of these major sporting events happening in the vicinity of Auckland, the country's largest city, top end of the North Island. But while the America's Cup contenders race for several months, the Rally New Zealand is compressed into 26 stages, run over 3 days' time. Day one, very eventful. Run within sight of the ocean, and one team had the wind taken out of its sails very quickly. Colin McRae and Nicky Grist contending for the World Championship. A misunderstood pace code caused the Ford Focus to leave the road. The broken radiator ended both their rally and their challenge for the World Championship. It was a major, major bad break for Ford.
A very slow corner. It wasn't, we went as if we were right on the edge and trying too hard and just get caught out in the braking and slid a bit straight on over the edge.
Now, the loose gravel covering the road surface had been expected to slow the leading runners, but for the championship frontrunner Marcus Gronholm, third at the end of the day, it was a string of mechanical problems causing him to lose time. Gronholm survived clutch failure, hydraulic problems, and an oil leak. But it was his teammate Richard Burns who dominated the day, leading a Peugeot top three.
Got the two people probably you least want directly behind you on this rally with Harry and Marcus, but at least we're in the position we're in. We didn't expect to be here.
Ari, of course, is Ari Rovanperä, another Finnish gravel specialist who returned to Auckland in second place between Burns and Gronholm, although all three were covered by a mere 38 seconds. The other teams, it seemed, had no answer for the Peugeot sledgehammer. Subaru's Tommy Mäkinen ended the day fourth, while the man in fifth spot should not have been in New Zealand in the first place. Mitsubishi had brought in Jani Passanen to replace the injured Alistair McRae, but the Finns set the fastest time on stage 5, the team's first stage win in over a year.
You think Alistair McRae could be this quick?
I don't know. I don't like saying nothing.
A very polite no comment. The slippery gravel catching out a number of drivers. Carlos Sainz was at least luckier than his teammate McRae. But it was Petter Solberg who had the luckiest break of all. The Norwegian narrowly avoided plunging over a cliff and into the ocean. We can't see it from his onboard camera, but co-driver Phil Mills' yelp suggests it's a long way down. Hyundai's Armin Schwartz, another one caught out by McRae's bend, but the German avoided following the Scot into retirement. Not so fortunate, Skoda's Kenneth Eriksson, he and co-driver Tina Turner suffered brake failure on the very first corner of stage 2. Their rally was over. End of day one, the leaderboard, Burns heading the Peugeot 1, 2, 3, but an incredible fight for fourth saw Mäkinen, Passanen, and Solberg separated by exactly a second. Ford's Marco Martin led the chasing pack, 8th place Freddie Loix and Armin Schwartz in 12th, less than 12 seconds apart. Passanen stole the show while substituting on day one. So how would the kid named Hollywood react on day 2? We'll move to stage 9 right after the break. The Rally New Zealand's second day, also by far its longest, run to the north of Auckland and centered around the service park in the town of Ruawai. The day's 10 stages include one of the longest of the entire championship. Stage 11, nearly 37 miles. Now, the day's opening test is the 12-mile section known as Mitatai Finish Stage. And it's a great spectating opportunity. The locals watching in comfort here. First to tackle the stage, the Mitsubishi Lancer of Francois Delacroix, the Frenchman, just 14th quickest, sweeping away the loose gravel for some of the others. On board now with Gilles Panizzi and brother Hervé, who most certainly are learning on the gravel. The French pair now up to 8th overall in the 206 test car.
Attention, dans 390 plus. 60 mètres. Gauche 100 long. 80 mètres. Gauche 95 presque plus.
With the pace of the Peugeots, Carlos Sainz and his teammate Marco Martin know that the Manufacturers' Championship is slowly but surely slipping away from Ford hands. A disastrous DNF for McRae on day one, putting a little extra pressure on the rest of the Blue Oval Brigade here. And this pair had no answer for Peugeot's dominance. Sainz 8th quickest on the stage and now also 8th on the leaderboard. Martin 7th, nearly a second faster.
Right fast, 20, easy left, 50 crest, 20, 6 minus left fast, keep in. 250 crest, 200, 6 minus right fast over crest.
Now we go to the biggest battle within the top 6. It is for 4th place. 3 drivers all within a second of each other, and this guy, Hollywood Solberg, starting furthest back in 6th spot. But remember, Vetter's performance tends to get better and better as each day goes on.
Right into 3 left, tightens 2, opens 40, flat middle of a crest, and 6 right plus, caution slow, 80, keep middle of a crest and flat bump into 6 left on, tightens 4, 60, short 3 right plus of a crest, tightens, and short 3 left, into cut 4 right minus keep.
Rally fans have come to love Hollywood for his hard-driving style and charming personality. Truth is, he's a family man, and tomorrow is Vetter's son's first birthday. So he's hoping to give him a podium finish as a birthday present.
Into short 5 right of a small jump and 5 left, extra long, opens 40, and left of a crest, 40 slow, needs 5 right, extra long, tightens turn, and 2 of a back bump. And 5 left minus half long.
It's a great opportunity for Solberg. 6th, but only a minute out of 4th. A real opportunity here with a good opening stage on the second day to pick up a couple of positions.
Right minus tightens, 40. Keep left of a crest, 60. Flat right of a crest, 40. Line into 6 left, extra long. To keep right of a crest, into 6 left opens 120. Keep left of a crest, 30. Line into 5 right, half long, tightens 4. Opens 6 long, keep in 40. Line into deep 6 left minus long, opens 40, tightens 4, keep in 50. 4 right plus, opens 100. Line into 2 right minus, tightens 1 plus, half long, opens 60, opens 6 left, opens 40, cut 2 left plus, tightens.
The proverbial nice piece of driving, Solberg getting the job done, moves the Subaru up 2 spots to 4th place overall. And with that, we'll go to his teammate, Tommy Macklin. No, that wasn't his teammate. There's Tommy. And co-driver Kyle Lindstrom, and they over 6 seconds slower than their teammates Solberg and Mills through this stage. Macklin won this race back in 1999. But as a result of that rather leisurely pace on that stage, dropped 1 spot to 5th place overall. clock say, Tommy? Pasanen, meanwhile, just 0.6 of a second slower than Mäkinen, but the sensation of day one dropped to 6th place thanks to that stunning drive by Solberg. But the Peugeot dominance of this event picked up where it left off the previous day. Watch the clock, and we'll see how Gronholm compares to Solberg, who mounted such a great charge. There you go. I guess if Solberg was stunning, that would be stunning minus about 15 seconds, and that's why this guy is soon to be world champion. Ari Rovanperä and Voito Cylinder not able to match the pace set by Gronholm and Timo Rautiainen. The number 3 Peugeot lost nearly 10 seconds, and so the gap between the two 206s was down to just 9.8. Surely Richard Burns will have to bow to Gronholm on this occasion.
To easy lane open 200. Right.
Aha, perhaps not. Burns bettering his teammate, yet another stage win for the world champion. So after the first stage of the day, Burns extends his lead over Rovanperä to about 30. Gronholm now threatening his compatriot. Solberg 4th, but that three-way battle set to continue since Sainz has now moved past both Loik and Kankinen to snatch 8th place. We'll be right back. We go to New Zealand, stage 10, Toka Toka, which will be run again at the end of the day. It's only about 6 miles long, shortest section of day 2. Virtual spectator giving us an idea of the kind of scenery surrounding the road with the switchback, camber changes, and loose gravel. It's going to be a challenge. Again, Freddie Loik's slower than Sainz, but the gap between the Ford and the Hyundai still only 2.5 seconds. Hyundai has told Loik to take it easy, not take any unnecessary risks this weekend. The idea is to bring the car home and gain those all-important manufacturer points.
Opgepast wordt nu op 50, rechts 80 min over stop. 50, rechts 80 min over stop. En rechts en 50. Rechts 110 kort bank. 150. 150, stop af vol. En 75, rechts 150 af vol. Wip diep couperen. Om 100, links 112 over crest. Links 112 over crest en 75.
Fun to watch a guy who knows what he's doing, taking it easy, huh?
Links met 82 bank. Lange top even links af vol. Een lange top even links af vol. Of rechts af vol. Of wordt top even links diep couperen, rechts 72 plus. En wordt opgepast op direct rechts 53 bank op weg. Links op direct rechts 53 bank op weg.
Think what this guy would be like if he was really trying.
En 75 even rechts vallen, top af vol. En 75 top rechts langs, naar 180 couperen. En 100 even rechts. En 100 even rechts op top 25, links 112 kort couperen. Top 25, links 112 kort couperen. Op 100.
A lot of fast stuff, loose gravel. You can get yourself in trouble in a very big hurry here in New Zealand. We go now to Petter Solberg again on the attack, but unable to repeat the amazing time from the previous stage. And we go next to Pasanen and his co-driver Arto Kapanen. 3 seconds faster than Solberg and Mills this time. The Finns, remember, tackling this particular rally for the first time, making that accomplishment all the more remarkable. Now, in contrast to the first-timers, here's Mäkinen. This is his 10th Rally New Zealand. He has struggled a bit thus far this weekend. Tire selection, a bit of a problem, expecting perhaps more gravel on the road than has actually been there. And with that, we find that trio in 4th, 5th, and 6th, now covered by less than 5 seconds. And as that battle rages on, don't forget there is a championship on the line here. Can Gronholm get any closer to Burns? Does he need to? Day 2 continues. Day 2 in New Zealand. Again, it seems the 3 Peugeots are in a league of their own. Marcus Gronholm needing to finish ahead of Burns to regain the world title that he lost to the Englishman last year. And it looks like that fight could go down to the wire. Marcus pushing hard, finishing this stage exactly 10 seconds faster than Pasanen, who had been quickest thus far. So Rovanpera's second place is now starting to come under threat. Rovanpera's Peugeot, 3.6 seconds slower than Gronholm's identical car, so the gap from second to third now just a little over 6 seconds. Richard Burns as determined to hang on to that title as Gronholm is to retake the crown. For the last 3 years, the winner in New Zealand has gone on to win the championship. Burns clearly sees only one possible outcome this weekend.
60 flat left, 20 flat left, cut, 100, easy left plus, tightens maybe, and easy left 60, flat right, 60, slight right to slight left, 70, easy right plus. In long, 30, flat right.
Well, that stage won't help. Burns losing a little ground to Gronholm, but holding on to the lead overall. To illustrate just how dominant the Peugeots are, virtual spectator, equalizing Burns, Solberg, and Mäkinen around 5 kilometers into stage 10. Played at double speed, Burns initially starts to pull away, but the 2 Subarus catch up approaching the bend. Once the road straightens out again, however, the 206 quickly starts to open up an advantage, and from that point onward, Burns just leaves him in his dust.
Richard, Marcus Gronholm seems to think you might have this rally in the bag already.
I'm trying. You know, Marcus is trying pretty hard as well, but we need to try and keep that gap the same because it doesn't take much loss of concentration to lose.
Yanni, you were going to have a big battle with Petter Solberg this morning. Looks like he's gone a bit quicker on those first 2 stages.
Yeah, but last stages he little lost, but no problem, and I'm very happy.
Petter, you won that big battle for 4th place this morning. Can you hang on to it though?
Yeah, of course that's the plan. We are still doing some small things with the car now, so we can push harder now. It's a long stage now, so everything can happen.
We move on to stage 11, Rally New Zealand. It is the World Rally Championship's longest stage outside of Africa, 37-mile test. And Francois Delacour, first on the road, still acting as the road sweeper. The Lancer sliding around on the gravel. Watch this. Flip the bridge. Big time.
300 mètres. 100 mètres. Allez, 100 mètres, gauche 110 long. Gauche 110 long. 100 mètres. Droite 105, bon long.
Francois said going into the day he figured he would lose about 3 seconds per mile by being the first car on the road because of all the loose gravel.
Plus petit ciel à fond, 150 mètres. Long ciel à fond et droite 125. Plus léger gauche et léger droite. Allez, long ciel à fond, 100 mètres. Ciel à fond dans 50 mètres, gauche 80, bon long. 50 mètres, gauche 80.
Wily old veterans always try to learn from fast kids. Delacour had a look last night at the data from Pasanen's car, trying to understand why the young Finn was so quick, and found out that the key difference in their graphs is Pasanen's ability to go from hard braking to getting the power back on, getting back to full power quickly. Kenneth Eriksson, retirement on day 1, thus Tony Gardemeister now carries the hopes of the Skoda team on his shoulders. The Octavia now 10th, Gardemeister one of 5 Finns in the top 10. Carlos Sainz and Louis Moya next, still fighting to get into the top 6 and into the points. It seems, though, that as on so many other occasions, there are two battles going on. There's the all Peugeot race at the front, and then there's the race to be best of the rest. Marco Martin and Michael Park, like their Spanish colleagues, knew Peugeot were now within reach of the title. That, however, did not stop them from trying to take away the win.
6 left, easy right, and 6 left slow. 100 crest, 80, crest late, 5 right narrow. 50 crest. 150 crest and easy.
This time Martin a little slower than Sainz, but the difference only 0.3 of a second over 36 miles. That's close.
2 plus left Eri.
Now to Solberg, also on the attack on the long stage, but like Delacroix, he thumped a bit of the scenery. Keep an eye out for a mailbox left-hand side of your screen. They'll need a new one. No serious damage. Solberg going fastest on the stage thus far. Mäkinen, no problems with the scenery. Focused on the road and the Solberg time at which to aim. Looks like about, what, 4.5 seconds exactly slower than the Finn. Passinen and Kapanen clearly saw the long stage as a chance to attack the two Subarus and claim that 4th spot behind the Peugeots. Let's see what he'll find to hit. This is big trouble. Up and over, and the Cinderella story for Passinen, well, maybe over. Let's see what happens here. They'll try to right the car, but that had to do a significant amount of damage. Make a little spectator participation there to get things back on its wheels. Car's moving, but I'm not sure it's going to go very far. Smoking, but he didn't. Now he's stopping it. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, we won't keep you in suspense. Yanni doing his best to secure the hood, but under that hood, the radiator is destroyed. The rally is over.
Yeah, that left corner over there is becoming too fast and car rolling 2-3 times, and we have to stop it then.
In New Zealand, Marcus Gronholm letting nothing affect his concentration on day 2. He again flew through the stage, stopped the clocks an amazing 35.3 seconds quicker than Petter Solberg. Ari Rovanpera started the stage just 6.2 seconds ahead of Gronholm, but with 2000 world champ Marcus clearly on a mission, that second place was surely about to change hands. And there are the numbers, sure enough. But there was still the small matter of a very determined Richard Burns. Remember, he's winless so far this year. Championship on the line or not, he wants the victory badly.
50 flat left minus long, 60 braking, easy left tightens on Tarrant and easy left minus 40, easy right, 10 fast right plus in opens, 100, easy left 10, easy left minus in, to flat left 30, easy right minus long, 50 braking, medium left plus on tar long, to narrow bridge, 30, fast right plus in, to flat right 60, fast left minus long 20, medium left plus tightens, to flat right 50, easy right minus long in 50, long crest to left max 10, flat left in.
Tell you
Go
what, Burns
220.
is on the edge
40,
here. He is
flat
running
right
hard.
and flat right in. Opens, so it's crest 40, flat right and flat right in, opens 80, flat left plus 100.
Oh, he's in big trouble, but pulls
Flat
it back
right
out. A
plus flat right
spectacular
plus
save
200 braking.
for Burns.
Medium left plus tightens maybe. And medium left.
I love co-drivers. They're so nonchalant about the whole thing.
120.
Never missed a beat.
Long crest 70, K left, and K left in. 30, right max, 100, long crest 150, fast right plus tightens, and fast
Well, that
right
big
in.
moment certainly cost
30.
Burns, what, a second? A bit of a second? Took
Left
away a bit of his
max,
drive. We'll
120.
see what the
Fast
payoff
left
is on the
over
clock.
crest, 10, medium left plus. And opens, 250. Plus the slow medium left, 30 medium left plus
Your
8.
rally leader at work, the man who would be world champion. 6.9 seconds quicker than Gronholm on the stage.
It was quite a lot of dust in here, so it was not very nice to drive. It happened after 25 kilometers approximately, and so it was not so easy to see.
Richard, there was a big test for the rally leader. How did it go?
It was good. I felt tyres moving quite a lot in the middle, and I just sort of backed off quite a lot. But then the last piece pushed hard again.
I was not, I think, fast enough. I lost my brakes, and then I was too cautious.
So even though Burns and Gronholm were over 17 seconds faster than everybody else on the stage, both think they could have gone even quicker. Stick around, we'll be back with more in a moment. Welcome back. Rally New Zealand is only on speed. Stages 12 and 13, the opening pair in a batch of 4. At this point, Tommi Mäkinen's challenge for 4th place appeared to be fading, with Pasanen out, Mäkinen slower than Solberg on both stages. And for his part, Solberg was 4th fastest on both stages. That 4th place now seemingly his in the overall standings. If only he could do something with those 3 Peugeots up front. Unfortunately, that seemed unlikely. Robin Pera, equally as consistent, 3rd fastest on both 12 and 13.
Jatkaa pitkä vasen helpommin, jos kireä.
And so the only variable seems to be which Peugeot will win the stages. Gronholm fastest on the first of the pair, closing the gap to Burns to just a tick over 42 seconds. Let's take a nice long onboard ride and appreciate the car control for the man who aspires to again be world champion.
Hae vasen eri. 7 ja oikea eri risteys. 7 ja oikea pitkä täys 120. Vasen eri tiukka. 5. Oikea eri somppu. 8 ja oikea eri miinus 100. Nyppy 4 ja oikea eri miinus ahdas 150. Ja vasen pitkä eri 5 ja oikea pitkä eri miinus 8.
Now, a word about strategy might be in order here. Yes, Gronholm is trying to keep a great deal of pressure on Burns, but with McRae out of the event, Gronholm has room to maneuver here. Second behind Burns would simply increase the pressure on the reigning world champion for the remaining 2 rounds and make Burns' task all the more difficult. At the end of the day, what Burns really needs is for Gronholm to have trouble.
Nyppy täys 100. Nyppy täys 100. Ja nyppy vasemmalle 5 oikein piru pitkä nopea kirraa. 7. Vaseri miinus suppuun. Oikein nopea ahdas, liukas silta. Ja vasen eri. 7 oikein nopea. 7. Vasen pitkä eri tiukka tapin sisällä.
What a ride. But for Burns, this was a comeback stage. He lost the previous one, he won this one.
Feature play, the minus tightens. And opens at 150. Easy right plus, do easy right plus cut. To long crest 80. Crest to slight left, 150 braking. Slight left 60, medium left to K left plus.
And so the rally reaches the midway point. Burns leading Gronholm by over 43 seconds. Rovanperä seemingly secure in third. Solberg, Mäkinen, and Martin now a long way back. Sainz now less than 18 seconds away from sixth place. The two Hyundais separated by about 11 seconds. Stage 14, however, would see a change in that leaderboard. 2.5 miles before the finish, Marco Martin's rally is over. He and co-driver Michael Park okay, but the car clearly is going no further. Smoke from the engine compartment suggesting that the damage is terminal, and while the fire was quickly extinguished, it would later flare up again, requiring the fire department actually to put it out. Like Passanen's earlier accident, this was particularly a cruel end to a great performance, and with Martin went Ford's hopes of the manufacturer's championship. Mathematically, Peugeot cannot be caught now. This is their third straight championship crown among the makers.
170.
Now to our exclusive blue camera, carried by third place Rovanperä, smiling proudly with the news that Peugeot has clinched. After all, Ari's done his job well this year. A pair of second place finishes contributing to manufacturer points. Those came in Finland and in Kenya.
Varro, aje pitkä vasen eri yli sisältä 3. Lyhyt oikein opetus uskon 2. Varro pitkä oikein nopea kirraa pitää.
The podium a good possibility today, but the chance for victory for Rovanperä perhaps compromised by too soft a tire choice on this particular stage. He's losing time as a result.
Ai vaseri sumppu 4 vasenkoon, risteys sisältä 7. Vasen täys 100.
And now we'll check on Gronholm, who again stormed the stage, seeking to get that championship locked up. Burns, however, was not going to hand over the crown easily. He again set the fastest time. His 5th stage win so far in day 2. Remarkable. No matter how hard Gronholm pushes, Burns opening up the gap to 44 seconds, but anything can happen. Marcus Gronholm, one of the biggest names in the World Rally Championship, but a relative newcomer. 2000 was his first full season. He took the championship on his first try. His father, Ulf, also a rally driver.
We were sometimes, with my mother, we were out on the small rallies and to watch. But it's quite a long time ago, but that was my first memory.
The road to World Rally was tough.
It was not so easy when we could gather the money, all the money needed to make one championship event. And then it ended up like on the roof in some ditch or engine broken or something like that. It was like looking many times. Marcus said to me, no, now we stop.
Okay, somehow we managed to do some rallies and some good results, and it helped.
Indeed, Gronholm's natural talent shone through. In November 2000, he became the latest in a long line of Finnish World Rally champions. 2001, a year of frustration for Gronholm. A string of retirements meant the title pass to his now teammate Richard Burns. But Gronholm is determined to regain number one, and he's had a great start to this campaign.
We have had a good start, yes. I think it could be our year again, and I hope so.
Well, here in New Zealand this weekend, Gronholm is really in the driver's seat. He's second overall in the event. He's leading the championship, and with 2 rounds left to go, he's got enough of a gap that he could back off if he wanted to, but as a driver, a racer, he also wants to win. Take a ride on board now with Marcus, and also give you a sampling of a few other drivers just to get a feel for how fast and intense this New Zealand race really is.
1, 4 ja oikein niin miinus ahdas. 150. Ja vasen pitkä eri. 5 ja oikein pitkä eri miinus. 8. Oikein eri helppo ylipyn 120.
On 80, line into 4 left tightens minus and gap keep in 30. 3 right tightens minus. Open 60. Line into 3 left tightens 2. Opens 40. Flat middle of a crest. At 6 right plus. Caution slow 80. Keep middle of a crest and back bump into 6 left long tightens 4. 60. Short 3 right plus of a crest tightens. And short 3 left. Into cut 4 right minus keep in 50. Line into 5 left long. Tightens cut 3 plus 40. Line into 2 right minus, tightens 1 plus, half long, opens 60, opens 6 left, opens 40, cut 2 left plus tightens. Into short 5 right of a small jump and 5 left, extra long, opens 40, and left of a crest, 40 slow, leads 5 right, extra long, tightens 2 and a half, 2 over back bump. And 5 left minus half long.
Easy right minus long, 50 braking, medium left plus on tar long to narrow bridge, 30, fast right plus in, to flat right, 60, fast left minus long, 20, medium left plus tightens, to flat right, 50, easy right minus long, in, 50, long crest to left max 10, flat left in, go 220, crest 40, flat right and flat right in, opens, so it's crest 40, flat right and flat right in, opens 80, flat left plus 100, flat right plus and flat right plus 200 braking, medium left plus tightens maybe, and medium left, 120, long crest 70, K left, and
Oikein eri sumppu. 3, vasen oikein täys 8. Oikein helppo plus, pikkusumppu 4. Oikein helppo yli aukee, tarkka 3, huomio vasen koodostin.
We'll take a commercial break and then come back. Richard Burns has been on a tear all weekend. Can he stay on top? Just over 7 miles long, New Zealand Stage 15, seemingly one of the rally's easier tests. That thought must have been in the back of Richard Burns' mind as he and Robert Reed neared the end of the stage. Listen to the rally leader.
Medium left 10, slow medium left 40, crest to flat left 70, flat right in 30, slight left 40, flat left of a crest 10, flat left minus in 60, fast right plus, tightens maybe long and opens 60, fast left minus 10, medium left plus tightens 20, fast right in 30, K left plus to medium left minus 100, medium right minus tightens to K right plus in 30, medium left plus in, and fast left 140, braking, crest 50, fast left plus 20, medium left plus in, 30, medium right and slow medium right in, 50, easy left plus long to flat left 60, easy left plus 2, easy left plus 40, easy right minus, and opens 70, flat left over crest and flat left in, 50, flat right over bridge and flat right minus in, 30, flat left 60, braking, medium right plus, and tightens.
Oh no.
Well, Burns' reaction says it all. He has effectively rolled his world championship hopes into a ball of scrap.
Supervision for Robert, we've gone off the road.
No. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Now Reed working to contact the team by radio. Burns climbing out to face the reality that it has all gone very, very wrong.
PC for Robert.
Bear in mind, of course, that Burns was behind both his teammates on the road, so neither Rovanperä nor Gronholm know their colleague is out. The accident elevated Rovanperä to second place once again, while Gronholm had now inherited the lead. He cannot be caught in the world points table, and so the World Championship will return to Finland after a year in England.
Oikein eri leikkaa vähän.
And the man who just handed over the World Championship is still having trouble believing it.
Just touched the bank on the outside of the corner, and the car went up on two wheels, dug in, and ended up there. But I'm very, very off about not winning the rally. That was an important thing, and we had a nice lead.
And in the Peugeot camp at day's end, understandably, mixed emotions.
I'm really so sad for them because they were bringing us their first victory, and I'm really sad. There's no other words. Okay, in the meantime, we are world champions, but this jeopardizes our joy.
Marcus, you would have preferred a straight fight with Richard Burns, but you are this year's World Rally Champion.
Yeah, it looks so, and okay, it's good for me. I am happy. Okay, maybe it's not the right way how it came, but it was only this rally. It has been a good season for me anyway. So okay, good.
So what next after this World Championship? Another 2, another 3? You're going to equal Tommy and Juha's records?
No, it's maybe too difficult, but okay, I will try, and next year it's a new year again, and let's see.
Okay, with Gronholm also winning stages 16, 17, and 18. His lead over Rovanperä now 55 seconds. Solberg over a minute and a half behind. Mäkinen, Sainz, and Kankinen completing the top 6. Freddie Loik 7th tonight. Panizi's Peugeot 8th. Gardemeister 9th for Skoda. So with Burns crashing out, Gronholm is provisional World Rally Champion with 2 more events and 1 more day of the Rally New Zealand to go. That, though, unlikely to mean the Finn will back off. After all, there's still a rally to win. Join us tomorrow, exclusive same-day coverage of the final 8 stages, and then on Monday, Rally Extra with plenty of additional reaction from day 2 in Auckland, New Zealand. That's it. I'm Dave Despain. We'll see you again tomorrow.